If you watched the first half of Fnatic vs FaZe in the group stage at ELEAGUE, you'd be sure that FaZe was going to take the win easily. Nico, Guardian, and the newly re-added Olafmeister were winning every duel. The squad's economy was rolling, and Fnatic was staring down a 6-round deficit in the second half. But once Fnatic took the T side and got some money in their hands, they managed to turn it around and start the process of knocking FaZe right out of ELEAGUE. So how exactly did Fnatic pull it off? It comes down to 3 principles. They played really patiently, drawing out picks as FaZe looked for info. They exploited clever setups that gave them an early edge in rounds. And their new in-game leader, Exist, was making decisive calls that kept the momentum rolling once it started to swing in their favor. Let's take a look at a few key rounds from Fnatic's T side on Dust 2 and see what we can learn. This video is brought to you by Upcomer, the all-in-one mobile app for esports fans. It's got everything you need to keep up with CSGO matches before, during, and after each game. With the app, you can follow teams for notifications when they play, check event schedules, find brackets and standings, and get live updating scores as games are being played. Use the link, also posted in the description, to download Upcomer for iOS and Android totally free. In round 19, the first full buy of the half, we see how patient play can open up some opportunities to win entire rounds. Fnatic don't want to rush into a trap and throw away their first buy, so they go for a slow play towards A. Watch how Fnatic takes catwalk control and draws out FaZe's utility. Once the molly fades, Exist carefully smokes off the corner of short A and watches it from an off angle. Fnatic just chills, leaving Nico with no info. Nico is forced to reposition, looking for a pick along the edge. Little does he know, he just walked into Exist's trap. To make matters worse for FaZe, Nico dies with a face full of smoke, so he has no info to report back to his team. Now we move to Kerrigan, who just like Nico, is in the dark. After sitting around for so long without info, he tries pushing long A, where Flush has been waiting for almost a minute just to catch this push. Flusha takes him down, and with 2 players out of the way, Fnatic can take the A site for free. Their comeback begins, all thanks to patient play. Jumping ahead to round 22, we get a great example of how decisive calls lead to easy round wins. It's the 7th round of the half, and so far, Fnatic has only shown slow rounds to FaZe. To switch things up on them, Exist calls for a fast B split, with Crims and JW making initial contact at mid. This is brilliant because Fnatic knows that FaZe bought up hard in round 20, lost, and then had to full save in round 21. This means that FaZe would have enough for rifles, but not enough for an AWP to watch mid. Crims and JW are free to run straight out and into B, catching Guardian and range. With no losses and a completely open B site, Fnatic easily takes the round, all thanks to Exist's calculated and decisive call. In round 24, we get a good look at a cool setup from Fnatic. Right away, we see JW and Crims take lower mid control through B tunnels. Notice how careful they are, crouch walking through lower B to ensure they don't get caught by a catwalk boost, which Nico and Olaf are doing. While this is going on, Draken and Exist watch for any mid or cat pushes. JW and Crims are playing so carefully, they even boost up to clear cat from an off angle. Once they make contact, they use mollies and nades to push the CTs away from catwalk, allowing them to take some map control. Then, Olaf comes in and tries to make a play, pop flashing his way to retake cat, but runs into 3 guns staring at him. With a man advantage, JW holds cat while everybody else goes back to long A. Fnatic bursts out long A using nades to isolate a fight with Kerrigan and Pit before swinging out and taking the fight with Nico. While this is going on, JW is watching for the rotation through CT spawn, catching Guardian. By carefully taking map control and isolating fights with nades, Fnatic wins the round and resets FaZe's economy. The last round we'll take a look at is the first round of overtime, one where Fnatic shows us how splitting attention can win you rounds. Fnatic use the momentum they've built and go for an A split. Flusha, Crims, and Exist are able to take long A uncontested, while Draken supports JW as he takes cat control. Once JW is secure on cat, Draken rotates back to long with the rest of the team. Fnatic play patiently, slowly creeping up long, executing on the site only when JW finds a pick on Kerrigan. Once the pick comes in, Fnatic smokes the cross and moves onto the site. Olaf tries to make another flash play through Fnatic's smoke, but gets immediately shut down. One important thing to notice is how JW's presence on Cat completely puts Nico in checkmate. You can see, Nico has to split his attention between Long A and Cat. Once Kerrigan goes down, Nico chooses to focus on Cat. In a brilliant move, JW just jiggle peeks the corner, buying time for the rest of Fnatic to get up on the A site. Sure, JW gets taken out, but by the time he goes down, Nico is surrounded and promptly gunned down. With no way to retake the site, FaZe are forced to save, allowing Fnatic to take the lead for the first time since the pistol round. It's not often that a team who has had only 2 months with a new in-game leader is able to take out a top 3 team in the world, especially when they're down 12-6. Blitz Esports releases new CSGO videos every week. Subscribe so you don't miss a single one.